Is your workload getting more and more hectic? Now that might mean something positive because there's people that want to work with you. But that being said, you shouldn't become overwhelmed by getting a lot more work. So what you need to do is learn how to effectively delegate. That's why on this video, we're going to talk about the 5 top tips that you need to know to become an effective delegator. If you're new here, my name is Dedeyan. Welcome to the channel, the one-stop shop for peak performance, entrepreneurship, and personal growth. So the first tip we have to look at is where to start. Now, what do we mean by this? Is that you have to figure out what tasks you should be delegating and what tasks you should be doing on yourself. Now, the best way to go about this is to look at a little diagram here in a chart that is kind of common when it comes to separating your tasks. You have to look at that there's 4 quadrants. The first one is important, the second one is non-important, up top here is urgent and non-urgent. So the first thing, when it's important and urgent, that's something you have to do first. It's the thing you have to get done. If it's important and non-urgent, that's something you do later. And if it's non-important and non-urgent, that's something you should completely eliminate. And now for our important video right now, if it's something urgent and non-important, that is what you should be delegating. So once you have this framework, you look at all the tasks that you should be doing and you're able to categorize them within the 4 quadrants, you know what are the tasks that you should be delegating. Now, if you want to be a bit more specific on this, usually it's a task that you need to do that's important for your business, but it's not necessarily your talented area. It's not somewhere that you're necessarily very thriving at when it comes to talent. Now, in my personal case, it's when it comes to making these videos, it's the editing aspect. I could edit, but I know there's so many better editors out there that'll do it in a better way and faster than I could do it. Now, when I delegate that, it frees up so much more time for me within my business doing what I need to do as a professional speaker and a peak performance business and life coach. The second tip to become an effective delegator is to identify the right person. Now, this is extremely important. And to do so, there's 4 A's that we have to look at. The first A is attitude. You have to look at the person that you're bringing onto this project. What is their attitude? Because the reality of the matter is you can't change negative attitude. It's just if somebody has a shitty attitude, sorry to talk like that, it's just somebody that you don't want within your project. The second thing you're gonna look at within the A's is their aptitude. Do they have the talent necessary to do the work that you're asking them to do? Now, this is somewhere that's extremely important, and this is something that I completely stick by. It's the aspect of understanding you should be always delegating up. You don't want to delegate down, and you do not want to delegate sideways. Now, what do we mean by this? We should not be delegating a task to somebody that's going to be worse than what you're doing. You don't want that. That's just painful and hurts. You don't want to delegate to somebody that could do a very similar task than what you're doing, because that's just annoying. You're like, wait a minute, I could do the same thing. You want to delegate always better than what you could particularly do. That's why we previously mentioned what you're delegating is usually something you're not necessarily very good at. So you have to find someone that's better at it, get them to do it, and it's going to be so much better. So that's the second A. The third A that we have to look at over here is their ambition. Now, what I mean by ambition over here is, are they going to take the project and really run with it? Just grab the bull by the horns and be like, yeah, this is my project, and they're going to go with it and they have an idea and they're just going to go with their own thing. Because you want to delegate by giving them a structure, but at the same time, you want them to have that creative understanding of where they want to go and then bring in new ideas, because that's a part of the delegation. You're having another brain to kind of run ideas off of, and they're going to bring up ideas that you didn't even think. So that's an amazing aspect. And the fourth and final A that we have to look at is their appearance. Now, what do we mean by appearance over here is, are they gonna make you look better? Are they gonna make you look like a superstar within the work that they're gonna do? Because that's extremely important. Because once again, if you're delegating something, it's directly correlated to your business's appearance and to your appearance. So this person gonna make me look good through the work. Now, once all those 4 things are checked out, the 4 A's, then you could really pinpoint, is this the right person or not for me? And usually for me, they have to hit all the points. If they don't, another option you have is to essentially coach them up to get to that point. Now, that's something that can be done. It's not something I necessarily love to do because that's going to take more time to coach somebody to the way that you want it. And the whole point and idea of delegating is to win more time. So you don't want to spend more time. You want somebody to come in and has already a very solid foundation, and they could get you to that next level when it comes to delegating this particular task. If you see there's some value within this video so far, don't hesitate at all to give me one of these, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell notification so you can find out when our weekly videos come out. Now, the third tip that we have to look at to become an effective delegator is communicate well and often. Now, this is extremely important because if you're doing great communication, you're going to get great delegation. There's a lot of times that you assume that you want something or you have a perception of what you're waiting for, but you're not actually communicating in a good way, and the person that you're delegating to is not understanding it in a good way. So to go about that, there's three things that we have to look at. First and foremost that you have to look at is telling them what they have to do. So tell them what the task is very specifically and concisely. Second thing is, when does this task need to be done by? So give a date, give a deadline. And finally, most importantly, this is the one that probably most of the people don't even talk about and they forget, it's why they are doing that particular task. You have to make them understand your idea behind it. Because once they understand the structure of why it's getting done, it's going to be easier for them to essentially make it on the same way you want it. Such as, hey, I want to create this new book, and the reason that I'm doing it is because I want to help people and I want them to understand how peak performance gets them to the next level. So if you explain to them what is the why, the reason behind it, you're going to be doing the work remembering what's the main goal, which is to help people with this particular example with the book. So always tell them about the why. The fourth tip to become an effective delegator is to do follow-ups. Now, this is extremely important. You shouldn't do follow-ups only when the project is almost done. You should do it in the middle and a bit in the beginning as well, so you could really see, is the work getting done properly, so you could structure it if need be, and there isn't wasted time. Because so many times, if you only wait almost when the project is done and then you receive it and you realize, wow, that's not at all what I wanted, or we did this differently, whatever the case is, one, you're wasting time. Second of all, you're wasting effort as much as yours as the person, and people are going to get frustrated. So you want to create this great structure so it could get done in a proper way. Second thing within this is you do not want to be a helicopter delegator. Now, what do I mean by this? You don't want to be over the person's shoulder, always looking at, oh my God, do this, oh my God, do this differently, oh, this, that, and the other. No, then what's the point? At that point, just do it yourself, right? You want to be able to delegate with great structure and allow them to be creative, because we delegated up, remember? This is somebody that should be more talented than you with the work that you're actually asking them to do. So because you're allowing them to be creative, they're going to bring in so much amazing work that it's going to make you look so much better and you're going to appreciate so much more. So really, when you are doing follow-up, you have to just allow them to do their thing and tell them that you're there to support them if need be. The fifth tip to become an effective delegator is patience with delegation. Now, what do we mean by this? In the beginning, it's going to take more time and more effort to structure the delegation, but it's going to be so much worth it in the long run, because as you're working on that relationship of how to delegate and get delegated within this particular work, after when it's done and you know that what you're going to expect you're going to get from this particular person, it's going to be so much easier for you to delegate without necessarily worrying about it, because you had that structure in place. So then you can work on other things. The only thing here is you have to understand to be patient in the beginning, and then if you see that well along the line it's not working out, then you could take a decision maybe to change the person. But in the beginning, it is going to take a bit more time and more patience on your end. So I hope these 5 tips are really going to help you out to become an effective delegator within your business, your entrepreneurship, and whatever you guys are doing. So the question of the day is, what type of tasks do you usually delegate? So comment that down below. I would love to see that and get this conversation started within the community over here. Furthermore, there's some videos over here that could interest you. I have some more over here about entrepreneurship with the playlist that I've done, and I have a playlist over here of book reviews. Always great to continue working on your personal development. And over here you have a big profile picture of me that you could click. It will make you subscribe and join the family. So I hope you guys have a blessed and grateful day.